The war in Vietnam escalated between 1963 and 1965, and reporters and television crews from around the world were there to capture it. For the first time in history, footage from the front lines of a war was broadcast into millions of homes every night.
Company came through yesterday. This is going to be a methodical search, house by house, village by village, as we move north.
Families were confronted with images of mass carnage and destruction. And this galvanized young people around the world into action. What began with a small group of student activists in the United States soon expanded into a worldwide anti-war movement. In the early 1960s, student activist organizations became a key part of the civil rights movement in the United States. Events known as teach-ins were organized on university and college campuses across the country to spread awareness about racial segregation and oppression. Students for a Democratic Society, or SDS, was one of the most significant youth activist organizations. It was formed at the University of Michigan in 1960 and soon spread to campuses around the country, creating a network ready to advocate for peace. SDS held the first anti-war teach-in on March 24, 1965. 3 weeks later, they organized a protest that was attended by over 15,000 people. A 1965 Gallup poll found that 60% of citizens surveyed supported the Vietnam War. But within 2 years, due to increased coverage of the anti-war movement, support had dropped to below 50%. On April 15, 1967, a peace march from Central Park to the United Nations in New York attracted hundreds of thousands of demonstrators. That same year, a group of young activists, including Abby Hoffman and Jerry Rubin, formed the Youth International Party, commonly known as the Yippies. The group's theatrical tactics included performing an exorcism to end the war during a rally at the Pentagon in October 1967, and nominating a pig named Pegasus for president at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Both events were met with resistance and included violence. The local police were on high alert, and the National Guard was called in to maintain order. Around 600 people were arrested for civil disobedience during this period. By 1970, the government was clamping down on anti-war protests more severely. During a demonstration at Kent State University on May 4th, Ohio National Guardsmen shot and killed 4 students. At Jackson State University in Mississippi, less than 2 weeks later, police fired on students, killing 2 young men. Yet the escalating violence had little effect on the growing activist movement. Millions of people participated in demonstrations all over the country, calling for an end to both the war in Vietnam and the military draft. While it's hard to determine the impact of the anti-war movement on the U.S. government's decision to withdraw from Vietnam, it was the largest mass movement against a war in United States history.
Persons as disorderly. 3 were grabbed when they rushed the parade float. No serious injuries, however, in New York's biggest anti-war march.
If you liked this video, you can find it and so many more at clickview.net. Sign up for free today.